We were all disappointed when Hamish and Andy hung up their headphones last year, bringing an end to their hugely successful radio show.
Yeah, but now they're back in your ears with their new podcast launching today. I'm very pleased to say Hamish and Andy join us this morning from Melbourne. Hello, boys.
Hey, boys.
Morning, guys.
Top of the morning, guys. You've joined us during a bit of a controversial discussion here. Andy would like to check the tape on the amount of rings that Anne used to answer. He thinks she might have exceeded 3.
Andy,
it would be a horrible morning to go back and call
What kind of
Anne.
human being are you? Just celebrate someone else's
One that
success
plays by the
for us.
rules.
Rules are rules.
Rules
Rules are rules. Rules are rules.
Oh, no.
I hopefully we're going to have to get Kashkaroo driving around this afternoon with a lawyer and an awkward conversation for him to bounce his way through as they just take back the check.
Listen, don't you worry too much about the Today Show rules. We've got that all sorted.
No worries.
We're here to talk about you, and let's think about it. Radio hosts, TV hosts, now podcasters. There's no escape, quite frankly.
No.
Oh, sorry about that, yeah.
I mean, the advantage with podcasting is it is opt-in. It's on demand. So it's pretty hard for us to force someone to listen to a podcast.
We try. But yeah,
we're working on it.
We've had a podcast since we started the radio show back in 2006, and it's just been so much fun, and we didn't want to let that audience down, essentially.
Didn't you used to have a thing on the podcast where anyone who came up to you and said, "Hey, I listen to your podcast," you gave them $1? Wasn't that a rule?
Still do. Now,
You've polluted that now because you've told everybody to listen.
we used to just have that message in the podcast as a way to prove that you listen to the podcast.
Well, now let everyone know. So basically, if you stop Hamish or Andy in the street anywhere and tell them you listen to their podcast, they'll give you, what are we going to call it now? Because of inflation, $5?
Well, now we have to invent a code word like you guys have got. So now Monday's code word's going to have to be Lucky Charm or something. So episode 2 is going to have an update on the code word. But it was, we were giving away up to $4 or $5 a week, so we'll have to rethink that.
So for the few people who aren't familiar with your podcast, tell us what they can expect.
Well, I mean, you used to be able to get $1, but that recently was ended
Sorry, mate.
due to a coast-to-coast leakage scandal. Well, look, essentially, the old podcast used to be the radio show, and it was just podcast out. So now, starting today, first episode, and it will be a weekly podcast. We're able to do essentially what we've always done on the radio, but still get in and be able to scratch that itch and do a podcast whilst we're off doing other things and still be able to talk to the podcasting audience. However, obviously never too late to join. There is no maximum audience. It's not ticketed. Anyone can come in.
Some are suggesting that the drive time radio market is just so competitive. You guys you just couldn't hack it anymore. You had to run away.
That sounds like us.
That sounds like a good headline. that's us. I mean, obviously, I was saying, like, come on, Andy, let's stick and fight, and he was just
No way. I had a helmet on,
shrieking,
just worried,
curled up, going, we can't do it anymore. So yeah, no, spot on. I don't know how you can find out all this cool information, but
Yeah,
you've
I've
got
got
us
some
again.
inside knowledge. What about, you're still going to be doing some TV for us, aren't you?
Yeah, true story. We're shooting it at the moment. I think
And just you two personally as well. Private TV shows.
Season 2 of our show, True Story, where we bring to life, everyday people's stories. We had 8,000 story submissions for Season 2, so it was a hell of a lot of work for our producers to wade through.
Such a good show.
Yeah.
10 new stories. We're on set this afternoon and have been for the last 4 weeks. 2 weeks to go.
Slowly crafting it together, like a couple of very caring grandparents that are knitting Australia a quilt or a blanket.
Yeah.
It's not going to be ready overnight, darling, but when it's made, you'll love it.
It'll be warm, very comfortable.
Wow. All right.
Which one of you was the brainchild behind that concept? Because it's very good.
Oh, we bought it online.
Yeah.
You can go to cooltvshows.com.
Cool ideas. It's like I think it's run out of the Czech Republic.
Thought so.
It's quite difficult to trace.
Yeah. Great purchase.
We tried to buy the Today Show, but I see someone swooped in and already got it.
Already taken.
Hey, boys, we're looking forward to the podcast. So it's just confirming, first one's up today, right?
First one is
First one.
there now.
Yes.
I can see you wanting to throw to an ad break photo so you can download it. Good on you, Becky, mate.
No. Look, I'm downloading it as we speak. The Hamish and Andy
Thank you,
No phones
podcast.
on
If
set,
you're
in all
just to quickly
seriousness.
confirm, if you're a former subscriber to the Hamish and Andy podcast, as I am, does it
changes.
automatically pop up?
Yeah,
You're
nothing
there.
changes.
You're there, buddy.
You're already there, buddy.
Perfect.
You've already got it. You've already
I'm
got
on
it.
board. Thanks,
Such
boys.
a big fan.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks for the laughs.
Love you guys.